Apparently OBS disconnected. It wasn't battery dead. Sorry about that. That was weird. Sorry guys. It's happened before, remember? It was weird. I don't know what causes it to disconnect, but it just does sometimes. Alright, well apparently this part has to be like split in two again. So yeah, that's interesting. That now we have we have two options here. First, you stay here and I go inside. Da-di-da-da, might throw him off, you might stop him, we can stand up, we can tell you here. And the second, you go in first and I follow you. This way, if we find him, maybe we can resolve things peacefully. You might be able to talk to him, and even if it doesn't work out, we've got me and Sebastian nearby to stop him. Third thing is planning to harm you on sight, and if we can hear things starting to go wrong, we might still be able to surprise him. Right, so the way you take him right, so yeah, okay. I think you could pull it off. Maybe, if you're there, he won't act as irrationally as he would if I was suddenly standing in front of him. I'm not going to force you if you don't want to do it though. So wait, hold on. That's interesting. Because we're on like bad terms with him and is suggesting this. Do we have to be on bad terms with him to do this? This is weird. I don't get it. This game is so weird. I'll do it. Alright, let's go. We slowly made our way to the front door. I took a deep breath and tried to prepare myself for the possibility of facing Reza. The 10 scenarios and things I could say to him rushed through my head as I pressed down on the door handle. Yeah, see, we didn't get this option. He didn't allow us this last time. The door inched open with a creak, but I noticed that a slight resistance and a strange sound that suddenly made me hesitate. So, no explodey. Oh! When I looked down to the source of the noise, I saw a taut wire through the gap in the door, hovering over the floor of the entryway. That was a pretty close call, you know. Too bad Reza wasn't here after all. So we saved Bryce. Because Bryce just didn't, like, he rushed in too quickly. Huh. Maybe he ran when he saw us approach. Strange for him to leave everything behind, though. Everything is stolen. All the generators are still here. Do you think the trap was for us in particular? Probably not. It was likely more of a general safety precaution. If he had any time to prepare for this, he would have taken the stuff with him. True enough. I had no idea you could make a bomb out of a generator. Then you just haven't been with us long enough. If you know how, it's not even that complicated. And Reza somehow figured it out. Apparently so. Does he have any skills pertaining to engineering or electricity? Well, he's worked on cars before and fixed a lot of things back home. I guess that would qualify. He also could have done his own research. Either way, this makes him even more dangerous. At least we now have a whole building's worth of clues. Yeah, so we have the building and Bryce's alive now. I don't know whether or not this is because we repeated playthroughs, or if it's actually because we're on bad terms with him. It's weird, I don't get it. Yoshi, can you get to your apartment from here? We'll be busy with this scene for a while. No problem, I'll leave you to work then. To your work then. Good job, Yoshi. Thanks. Well then. That's interesting. I'm surprised he called me back so quickly. How's the investigation going? Oh, the investigation is going swimmingly, but as you can expect, we need all the help we can get. As usual, with how this case has been going, we've realized we must employ external help. Oh? Yeah, we've requested assistance from one of the cities. We hope they'll send some good investigators our way soon. They said that last time, right? And I don't think we actually got anyone. That's weird. Hold on, I need to restore the pages. That happened when this laptop shut down because it takes this long to get back up. And it's super slow, so we'll have to wait. I see. We were so close today. He could have been in there, you know? Maybe we just came a few minutes too late. And if he knows how to make bombs from generators, who's to say he won't start using them elsewhere? At least he doesn't have any right now, does he? You said all the generators that were stolen are now accounted for. Loss. I'm still confused about. Okay. Maybe it's loss of Lauren? Because he's gone. I wonder. True, still, this whole case is going to be too much for a small town police department. Hope you'll get all the help you need. Me too. But right now, you can help us again. Well, what do you have for me? When we searched the building, we found more than the things Reza stole. We also found this bloody bandage. Do you think that's his? That's what we need to find out. La-di-da-da, we've seen those. And lastly, we have the eggs. It's a relief that we found them unharmed in the building. They're safe and ready to be sent back to the hatchery. Awesome, so we actually saved the eggs this time. Nice. Shouldn't we take care of those first? It's not as urgent as you might think. Our eggs are pretty resilient. Being in the care of the hatchery is more of an insurance than a requirement. Some people choose to keep them in their own home until they hatch, rather than having the hatchery take care of it. The hatchery has been notified, but they won't be able to send someone for a few hours. I've heard that they're really understaffed. If you bring the eggs and the paperwork to them, you'd speed up the process, but it's not an urgent matter. I see. In any case, I'll just leave everything here until I get to it, so feel free to do these tasks as you wish. La-di-da-di-da. By the way, are you planning to attend the summer festival? Should I? It's hard to think about something fun when I'm wrapped up in this investigation. For sure. It's important to take a short rest so you don't lose your head. There's so much to see at the festival, particularly the big fireworks. Do I get to enjoy fireworks too? I don't think something like that would feel so commonplace, since many of you breathe fire. It's not quite the same. We still appreciate the wonder of colourful bursts in the sky. On the last day, there's always a big fireworks show. Everyone usually attends it. Everyone? Yes, it has a great tradition behind it. What peeves me most is that I'll be on guard duty when it happens this year, so I probably won't be able to see a thing. Sebastian, don't go. I'll be sure not to miss it then. Anyways, I should get back to the investigation now. Sebastian, no. No. Oh, is it because he's gonna die? Is that what it is? I thought that's in the next chapter though, you find him later. I'll leave the stuff for you here and I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck, Yoshi. You too. Yeah, the thing is, he would die. Okay, so I think one of our achievements is actually just to take the eggs back, right? Return the eggs to the hatchery. Yes, we should do that. Yeah, there's not really much. Save. Okay. Cool. So Bryce is not dead, but his thing is still bad. Whatever. Take the baggage to the facility. Let's take the eggs to the hatchery first. I was on my way to the hatchery when I heard a voice call out to me. Hello there! I turned around to see an unfamiliar face before me. Hello there. You look very fuzzy. Alright. Hey, I'm Kevin. Oh yeah, we had a mention of him in our achievements. It says meet with Kevin. And we also need to meet with Katsuharu. I think his name was. I don't remember how you find him. Like, you're out one night investigating something, and then he's like, ice cream trolley gets stuck with something like that. Yoshi, nice to meet you. Could I perhaps interest you in our Midwest institution? Is this some kind of religious thing? Not at all. It's a college. Sorry, but I already got my degrees. Yeah, I know. It was just a joke. Oh, so me going to college is a joke now. I'm not good enough, is that it? Not at all. Even if you wanted to study there, I don't think you'll be with us long enough to make use of it. I think that came out wrong. You're lucky I won't take this the wrong way. Phew. So you're a recruiter for this college? Oh, there we go. Chat is back up, so I'll be able to see you guys. Woo, that's good. No, this is just my summer job. Once the semester starts up again, I'll actually be attending to get my degree in psychology. Hey, you sound like me. College, wonderful times. Is that sarcasm? Maybe. I didn't even know you had colleges here, though. Well, you do now. Why do you even approach me if you know I'm not going to go to college here? Don't tell me it's just because I'm human. I was actually trying to talk to that old lady who walked by, but once you turned around, there was no going back. Oh, well, thanks for not making things awkward. Hey, I treat everyone nicely until I have reason not to. That's good customer service. Sure, but it's not just for the job, you know. That's just me. Well, that's good. I don't know. What is this? Invite him, excuse yourself. What? Oh, invite him to, like, your place. Should we meet with him? Or should we continue? I mean, I feel like we should continue on with Anna to see how that Anna's bad ending goes. So, I wonder what, like, meeting with these other characters does, though, because it can't be endings. There would be for achievements for sure. Maybe that's it, though, because there's Sebastian you can meet with Katsuharu, you can meet with Kevin. I'm sure there's probably a couple, like, one or two more out there. Excuse yourself, I suppose. Oh, I should really be going. I have some things to take care of. Alright, no problem. See ya. Alright, see you later, Kevin. We'll meet with you sometime for sure. Alright, here we are again. Hey, Yoshi, right? What are you doing here? Oh, I just came by to drop these off. Drop what off? The stolen eggs. I figured the hatchery would want them back. Oh, I was actually going to get those from the police department later. I'm so glad that they got back safely. Emily, stop chewing my leg. Huh. It tasty! Was it Emily? I'm not sure. Oh well. Anyway, I was about to go inside, so I'll take those off your hands. Thanks for bringing them here. No problem. You return the eggs to the hatchery. Extraordinary. Cheap and locked. Extraordinary. Ow, we're out of here. So, let's see. What do we want to do now? That's the thing. Take the bandage. That might be good. Visit the witness. Which witness was this? I don't remember. We'll see if we can visit them later though. Take the bandage first. Let's see if it's a little different. Ah, there we go. When I approached Anna's lab, I saw her sitting on the hallway floor, the door to her lab wide open. Hey Anna. Oh, it's you. What's going on here? The police came and raided the place. What? Why? It's a long story, I'm not going to tell it now. Is it bad? Don't know yet. I'm not sure how they expect me to work in these conditions, considering I get assignments from the council and the police. And then they both turn around and mess up the place as if it's part of their job. It doesn't make sense to me. Someone's going to hear about this. There will be consequences, I can tell you that. Anyways, what did you want? I'm here to drop this off for you, courtesy of the police. That's what I'm talking about. Mess up my place, then ask for my help. Oh, I'm sorry. Something isn't right here, and I'll get to the bottom of this. What is this anyway? I'm sorry, it's a bloody bandage for analysis. It's related to the Reese investigation. Wait. Wait. Acquire the bloody bandage. Does it mean keep it? Or what? Does she give it back? Maybe. Alright then, I'll take it. Not for the police department's sake, but for yours. Don't let me hold you up. I'm sure you have places to be. Well, see you then. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's done. Thanks for your help. Now that the facility has received the bandage, maybe we'll discover something new. I'll take care of the remaining tasks. Da-di-da-di-da. Oh, hold on. But does doing well in that mean like anything to doing well in the investigation or not? That's a thing, because the achievement here that says do well in all investigations is still kind of don't know about that either. Seashells. Not sure what that's all about. Da-di-da-di-da. Don't skip ahead. There might be something you want to do. Da-di-da-di-da. There's a lot of text though. It's weird how we have to go through this conversation over and over though. If this character is so like, you know, they're able to manage their time like so well or whatever. Like, no, not manage their time, what am I saying? Like, they can travel through time and stuff. How come our conversation, like, that would be something that I think would make sense, right? Like, our conversation gets a little different every time we return to that place. It doesn't seem like it's changing though. It looks like Lauren's gone for good or something. Intuition and superstition. It's still very interesting. Loss of Lauren though. Alright, let's meet with Anna. Hey, guess she's here. Hey Anna. Hey. What's going on? You sounded pretty worried on the phone. She doesn't look so good either. Worried? If I was worried, it would mean I was afraid of something that might happen, but I'm way beyond that. I know exactly what's going to happen to me. It's over. It's all over. What are you talking about? First they came to my lab, now they went to my home too. Who did? The police. They raided the place. They had a warrant and everything. I already know that they have all they need to convict me. I'm gonna die in prison. What? What for? Why? It's because of those tests I did on you. What? You died in prison because you looked at my fingernail under the microscope? I'm a bit confused. Why don't you start from the beginning? Alright. Gotta find out what's going on. This goes years back, and you already know half the story. I was a brilliant mind who had skipped years in school and was on the fast track through university with an incredibly lucrative career in front of me. You wouldn't believe the offers I had based on all my accomplishments. I was still in school and already solving problems that no one had even touched before. I had so many awards lining my shelves that new ones just went straight to the trash. I didn't need them, I just enjoyed the challenge. Besides, I couldn't care less about what some old people thought about my work. as if I needed their approval. I was already more than any of them could have ever dreamed to be. The next problem I was going to tackle was an incurable disease. I started my research, but in an ironic twist of fate, I ended up contracting that very same disease myself. Oh jeez, what? Whether someone had not been following health and safety protocols as well as they should have, or if I was just unlucky, I'll never know. But the reality was that I now had a disease that was treatable, but not curable. Despite having helped an incredible amount of people with my work, I was now the one who needed help. Yet there was no one who could help me. No one but myself. I was already planning on working on a cure anyway, and what better reason could there ever be than doing it to save myself? I told no one about my affliction and set out to do what many others had failed to do. Any materials I needed to start my work were easily acquired just by waving my status around. I had free reign over my own lab. I could have even gotten better assistance if I wanted to, but I knew that would only be liabilities. I even had a few good leads for ways to combat the disease, although the one that I chose to pursue was not exactly legal. Oh no. Not without prior approval by the council. My research was promising though. While I submitted the paperwork, I knew that these things were always moved slowly. Being pushed through the various boards and committees could have taken months, if not years, depending on how generous they would be. I just couldn't afford to wait that long, as I was working against the clock. So while waiting for the paperwork to be approved, I had already started with my work. I fully expected them to approve it eventually. How could they not, given that I was tackling an incurable disease? The method I was going to use was not necessarily a new one, but it was controversial. It didn't even cross my mind that anyone would object, seeing as I would cure thousands, if not millions of future people. But I was younger then, and a little more naive than I am now. In the end, my whole project came crashing down in flames. The proposal that I was sure would be approved was ultimately rejected, putting all the work I had already done into jeopardy. I had already made good progress at the time, too. After the rejection, there was going to be an inspection of my workplace in order to determine the progress I had made on the project, which I assumed had been within legal bounds and didn't include the controversial things outlined in the paperwork. Of course, that meeting was just going to be a pretense, because I knew there were already rumors going around about what really went on in my lab. In the end, I had very little warning. Thankfully, I managed to dispose of the most egregious evidence before they arrived. They found proof of my wrongdoing, but since they didn't find evidence of how far I had already proceeded, I was able to deny most of their accusations. Using the controversial method when it hadn't been approved was still seen as a very grievous offence, however. I was charged and sentenced harshly, though the sentence was suspended due to the lack of evidence. All I had done for them, they knew better than to take away my license, and I was able to continue work in other areas under the condition that it was within a council-owned facility. I see, so I assume that those tests on me were against whatever conditions they set for the suspended sentence. Exactly. Why didn't you just do things the proper way and wait for the paperwork to clear? Before my paperwork would even get through, you'd be long gone. Using you as a test subject would have been a process that the council would have to discuss with humanity. As such, there might have been another trade agreement and who knows what else. I just didn't have the time. Quite frankly, I don't even know how much longer I have left. This is my death sentence. You thought my test results would help you find a cure? And that's never going to happen now. How did they find out so quickly? It's not been that long since I came to your lab. It wasn't just those tests. There was Reza too. Reza told me he didn't give you any of his blood when you asked for it, because that's not what I got from him. This is my life we're talking about. Do you think I didn't spend hours on the ground in the hallway of the facility after Reza's first visit, trying to find a stray hair or anything else I could use? Or that when I gave him that first generator, I didn't try to graze his skin just enough so that I could salvage a few skin cells? How did they find out about all this? It was Damien, my assistant. That poo-poo. He was blackmailing me. Why? Because he's jealous of me. Jealous of my success. He found out what I was doing with the stuff I could salvage from Reza. I didn't mind giving him what he wanted though. I just wanted to live. When he died in the police search his apartment, they found all the evidence he had on me. And now, everything is coming down. I'll be punished to the full extent of the law. I'll die in prison. My work will forever be tainted. Not that I'll care about that when I'm dead. Do you remember that childhood friend of mine I told you about? I never wanted to end up like her, but it seems not even I can do anything to escape that fate. Maybe I deserve it. No, you don't. to die like she did because I left her? No. I'll spend my last days bedridden in a prison cell. No one will visit me or care. And you know what? With all that data I got from you, I might have actually found a cure. I don't want to cry in front of you. I don't want the attention or the pity. I don't want it. I didn't cry back when I was diagnosed. I'm sure as heck not gonna cry now. Oh. Oh hey. The letter? Tell her you know about her cancer. You have cancer. How do you know about that? I saw your treatment plan when I was waiting for you on our date. What? How dare you look into my personal belongings? Hey, I wouldn't have if you didn't keep me waiting. So what? That doesn't give you any right to look into my stuff. It just happened, okay? Now you show your true colors, Yoshi. You're just as duplicitous as our government. They keep talking about how they care about everyone. That wasn't what happened to me. It's their backwards rules and traditions that now demand that I die. Same rules and traditions that would make them worship you just because of some stupid old legend. We'll reverse this choice afterwards, but we needed to see that, right? Might have to find out what happens after this scene then. You know it, and use it to your advantage to arrange this one-sided trade with us. That wasn't me. It doesn't matter if it was you in particular or one of the other humans. You still work for them, don't you? You look into things you shouldn't, and Riza does whatever the heck he does nowadays. Why did I even come here today? To have a knife driven into my back? I'm just not sure why I ever expected anything different from you. It's not like that at all. Oh really? Prove it. Where I come from, we can cure cancer if you came with me. You can? Are you saying that if I went back with you, if you smuggled me out, that you could cure me? You have the facilities. If we had the power from the generators we asked for, we could. Are you kidding me? Because if you are, I'll... No, it's the truth. Maybe we could work something out. I'm sure humanity would not object, or maybe we could just give you the technology or the necessary method. You have already cured cancer, so there's no need for you to die. Why would you do that for me? You know I didn't care about you. I just wanted your blood, your data, just anything that would help me save myself. That's exactly what I'm going to give you. Why? Nobody has ever cared about me. People were always willing to use my research, but I was just a machine to churn out results for them. That's what all the awards were for. I admit that I was selfish. Always. Yet, I did great things. At least, that's what everyone kept telling me. You know, after that whole affair back then in the suspended sentence, the rumors about me never stopped. Did they warn you about me? Tell you to stay away? I'm sure they have. Why are you still here? I didn't listen to them, I guess. Just like you. Council, Damien, Remy? They were always sabotaging me. If everyone just left me alone, I wouldn't even need your help. Why couldn't everyone just leave me alone? When they gave me the manager position at the facility, that was just to distract me even more, giving me free reign over the lab so I'd be tempted to do something I shouldn't. How could I not at least try? One of their oh-so-important founding principles is how every individual is important. That's clearly not the case with me. At least, they never showed it was. Now I can just see how different you are. You are the only one who came to you willingly, without any ulterior motives. Or did you? You invited me. I just took that invitation. Just to use you. And you still came back for more. You let me do all those tests on you. Sure, you complained like a pro, but you sat it out for me. I owed it to you. You don't owe me anything anymore. So what? Maybe I won't have to die after all. If you can cure me, I'll give you whatever you want. I know there's politics involved, and I know it may not ever happen, but this is my last straw, my last hope. I'll do what I can. Thank you. Anyway, enough of that. I hope you don't mind me hanging around here. My place still looks like the police raided it. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. Do you need help cleaning up? No, I can pay someone to do it later. I just don't want to be there right now. Nice apartment you've got there, by the way. Not quite as fancy as mine, but this isn't bad either. I guess the council treats you nicely, huh? Hey, it wasn't my decision. You're such a VIP, aren't you? I can't be that important if your apartment is nicer than this. Besides, after your rhetoric about being wild and all that when we went on our date, I assumed you were more the type of person who just lives in a hole in the ground. That's not what I said. I told you I can appreciate all kinds of different experiences. I could survive in the wild if I wanted to, though. Do you want to know what I did on my last vacation? I just started walking in a random direction. I spent a week in the wilderness before I came back. Huh, that must have been an adventure. I wouldn't be able to do that without tools. I could give you some tips if you'd like. Not sure if I'll ever need them, but I guess I could come in handy. Actually, there's one tip that should take care of everything. Let's hear it then. Just be a dragon. Then you've got everything you need and don't have to rely on tools and other stupid stuff. Yeah, that's super helpful. How do you think I'm supposed to do that? Not my problem. Actually, can you tell me about your advances in genetic engineering? Maybe you could make it happen. My personal ones? I was speaking more of your society as a whole, but if you have personal experience, that could also be interesting. We could do so much if we wanted to. Cloning, genetic scrambling, or hybrids of our various different species. Oh, also, I have to go in just a bit, for like a minute, like yesterday, so it shouldn't be long. Heck, we could even create new species if we wanted to, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Tampering with genetics is not allowed. Why? Our enlightened society does not see any value in it. Besides, you know about our creation myth, right? The one about a human creating you. The administrator. Kazumi? Is that her name? It's kind of true. I wonder though, since our mission is now to, like, help her and cure her, does that mean that it would be a different sequence of events? Because you wouldn't be going to the festival then, right? This is a completely different, like, plan. Yeah, that one. It's the only one we have. Anyway, we are not to tamper with the perfect images after which we were created. What would those be? The belief is that each species was molded for particular tasks, or a particular role in our society. Really? Some of them aren't even wrong. It's just certain species should go into certain jobs, because of their naturally high aptitude in those fields. Can you give an example? Well, let's just say that while everyone can join the police force, you will never be the flower on duty unless you belong to a species that can fly. That much is a given. I was talking more about if there's any sort of discrimination, for example. You could say so. These structures can be pretty rigid in places, especially where the council is concerned. They really like to employ the members of the various species in their traditional roles. Ironically enough, the perpetual nuisance you know as Remy was a revolutionary case where that didn't happen. Really? In what way? Well, a council's aide, particularly one who works in the archives, is usually a member of a species with more dexterous hands. You can't really expect the four-legged species to do that kind of job well. Remy's very impressive then. And he doesn't. It's really been a disaster. He has basically become the laughingstock of the whole town. It's mean. Remy initially got the position, there was a lot of controversy about the subject. Some liked it, some didn't. I thought that for Emra, politics was a popularity contest. Doing something controversial and divisive like that doesn't really fit that image. She wasn't like that in the beginning. It suddenly caused people to remember her though, and now that people know her, she's changed her attitude a bit. It was a good move because it kept her in the spotlight all the time, and she's using it to gain popularity now. So she just likes the attention? I don't know why she does it, and frankly, I don't care. You'd have to ask her yourself, but I doubt she'd tell you. I wouldn't expect the honesty from someone like her. I feel like we'd be able to meet up with Emra sometime as well. The game said have a chat with her. As an achievement, don't know why you'd figure that out, but we'll see. Politics always used to be so messy back home. Scandals, arguments, lies, they were everywhere. You do get the occasional scandal from time to time, and of course, there's always rumours. Can't really make people stop talking. In a way, I'm glad we don't have all that anymore. Why not? At some point, it just gets tiring, people get loud and argumentative, and those are supposed to be our leaders. That's not something people would like here. If you're a council member who wants to be popular, you don't engage in that kind of behaviour. That sounds like a nice change of pace. Not necessarily, since it also leads to reluctant agreements, and sweeping issues that should be talked about under the rug. You know what? That doesn't jive with me. They like to preserve this fantasy of peace and harmony in our society. For me, it's just so fake. People pretend to be something they aren't to conform, because they don't want to stand out. They become faceless puppets, like drones in a hive or cogs in a machine. Because that's kind of the way they're made. The administrator, she made them to serve the human mode after she returned, right? Something like that. That's right, she's the original human, I think. Yeah, she explained to us that she's the one who, created them. Okay. What kind of world do we live in where speaking one's mind is seen as something bad? I never held back. Now, see where that got me. I bet some would argue that it would just be easier to conform then. I could never do that. Besides, I don't want to. There's this thing called integrity, and if there's one thing this society needs, that's it. Now you're starting to sound like a politician. If that's what your politicians sound like, maybe they aren't so bad. Sometimes, I just want to walk up to some of ours and shake them until they wake up and accept the truth. What is the truth? I'm a scientist. Truths are facts that are empirically verifiable by science and tests. After all, the tests I do in my job are to find out if assumptions are true or not. I suppose if you ask different people, their definitions of truth would be very different. What's true to you then? Okay, I thought okay, is interesting. Right. Truth is what I feel is right. I know that I know nothing. let's try that one. What's that supposed to mean? It's a philosophical phrase. It means that, ultimately, we can't really know anything with absolute certainty. Yeah, philosophy is nice and all, but that doesn't really help when I'm in the lab. You do seem to like talking about this kind of stuff, though. I'm not an ambassador for nothing, you know. You're an ambassador so you can discuss the nature of truth with different cultures. You know, if you ask the wrong kind of person, these kinds of discussions could turn very ugly. I'm certainly here to learn about what you're thinking and how your society works on a deeper level. Plus, I wouldn't just walk up to someone on the street and start talking. Maybe you should be talking with someone in social studies then. Not necessarily. Even if someone like that gave me their opinion, it's still important to hear the people's voices themselves. Okay, anything else you want to know? How much do you really like me? That's not the kind of question I was expecting. You called me when things went down, and you say you don't really know anyone else. So what? Is it that hard to admit that you like someone? You know me a little by now. You know what I'm like. Whatever you're looking for, you know I'm not that kind of material. Not even as a friend. You know, you want to use emotionally laden words to describe our relationship. We've met a few times. And that does it for you? This isn't about me. Before anything happens to either of us, I just want to know. You want me to tell you how I feel about you? Even if something happened between us, you know it's not made to last. You go back to your own world, and I'll probably spend the next few years in prison. You wouldn't like the commitment anyway, would you? True, I wouldn't let something like that hold me back. People don't like me, and I don't like people. That's how it's always been. Right now, though, I'd have to say that you're probably the person I hate the least. That's something, I guess. And I also can't deny that you have a certain exotic quality about you. Now you're talking. But enough about me. If you put up with me for this long, can't all just be your own unselfish kindness, can it? Let's see here. Would this be might be a little weird for her. I don't hate you, it's kind of just like pushing her off. Just did this be nice sounds like we're just trying to make ourselves sound like a good person too, though. Let's see what she responds with this too, though. Oh, looking back, that actually explains a lot. Why else would you follow me every whim? Not that I mind. We both got what we wanted, and now I even kinda like you. Usually, people stay away from me after the first date, because that's apparently all it takes. Not for you, I guess. You know, this might be our last opportunity to do something. Why not make it worth it? If you say so. Is that a yes? Yes. She strode forward, reaching out with the claw before she hooked it into the neckline of my shirt. Oh then, time to give everyone a kiss then. I'd rather not go over the love thing. It'll be fine. We're just kissing all the dragons now. They're all very cute anyway. What are you doing? Oh, we have to take these off, don't we? Not like that, you'll ruin them. I'll do it. Wait, what? Alright, so fussy. Huh. Another free day, yay me. Oh. Okay. Huh. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Be right back, guys. I need to go check on something. Well, yeah. It's fine, we're just kissing all the dragons now. You're saying that with a straight face. Just, I don't know what to say. I mean, come on, we kissed Remy. Lauren was kind of like, you know, we didn't do much with him, but still. I think it just gets, like, more and more drastic as we go on. Lauren just talks with us. We kiss Remy, and then suddenly Anna comes along and it's just like, oh. Haha. Should we meet with Remy? I'm actually curious as to like how people act when you've met with them after like not meeting with them in the past, or if it just goes through like the first scene like always. I'm gonna find out here just to see how it goes. Is it the same? Oh yeah, it seems so. Huh. Yeah, alright, skip to the end. Alright. As you wish. Thank you. Anyways, thank you for your help. If there is any way I can repay you, just let me know. I can't really think of anything. Well, what do humans typically do in such a situation? Invite them for a meal, la-di-da-di-da. Sounds good. Except this is near the end. Have a nice day meeting you two. So, not much there. Hope. Passion. Chapter 5. Hope. We've seen Hope before, haven't we? Oh, no, Sebastian. Hold on. So, good. Impressed. Yeah, you still disappear. But Remy doesn't disappear. So I think if you just, like, at least meet with everyone at least once, then they don't die. Maybe that's how it is. Because Remy sticks around until the last bit. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Is there like a certain like number of events that we actually have to go through for like everyone to be okay? Like with I know we had to go through and do 2 scenes to convince her, right? So the first thing you meet with her, the second scene you have to like go on the date with her and tell her not to do the thing. For Bryce, I'm not sure if it is have a bad status with him makes it good or anything. Lauren, I think we just had to meet with once, probably. And Adine probably just meet with once as well. Right? Yeah, probably. Wait, we met with Adine, didn't we? Or were we just neutral the whole time? Oh, well. Well, let's see here. So going alone is probably just lead to the other bits, but I wanted to say, oh, whatever. Okay, let's save now. I'm just gonna keep saving just in case anything ever happens. New chapter sound effect just gives me jump scares because I'm wearing headphones. Ah, oops. Oh well. La-di-da-di-da. That must be her. Hey Yoshi, looks like you're ready to go. I didn't think you'd want to go to a community event like this one. Anything can be fun with the right company. With that argument, we could just stay here. I haven't seen the fireworks in years. All the crazy stuff that's happened to me recently, maybe there'll be a reminder of better days. Better days? You don't usually talk about yourself like that. It's because I don't give it on anymore. Who cares if you know about me? Who cares if the entire town knows? I certainly don't. These days, I'm just trying to make the most of whatever is left. Alright, let's go then. Let's go and get everyone killed again. Unfortunately. So much for the whole town being out to watch the fireworks. Yeah, I'm not going into those places. I'm kind of a celebrity, you know. Really? For better or for worse, people know about me. Of course they would, given my intellectual status. Maybe you just don't want to be seen with me. No, that's not it. Actually, that could be quite fun. It would only be another reason for people to be jealous of me. Oh, I think it's starting. La-di-da-di-da. I've seen this before, but I'm guessing it doesn't let me skip through the scene because it's just with another character. And the fireworks just, you know, no point in skipping them, may as well just see them. Suddenly a terrible realization hit me. Yes. Oh, can we not skip through this just because another character is here again? Really? The fireworks just started. I know where Riza is. We need to stop him. Speak for yourself. This isn't my responsibility. This is much bigger than you. Are you gonna help me or not? Alright, just for you. What do you want me to do? Fight him? Not sure if that would be such a good idea. I want to try talking to him first. If you buy us some time, maybe I could get some help. That would be perfect. He'll be at the portal. Let's go. And we'd have to deal with Sebastian not being around. Da-di-da-di-da. Hello there, Reza. You're back. Maybe I can. Maverick and Anna appeared next to me. Alright, this is where things have changed a little bit. You planned this, didn't you, Yoshi? Traitor! La da da, cheap trick. He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go and I'll forget this thing ever happened. 6 bullets, la da di da. Been risking my life. La da da. He is angry. Then the administrator comes along. Oh, sorry, but you died. Da 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 di da. The administrator is dead. In this timeline. Or, well, not really, because the timeline is just like, it just keeps going backwards. Maverick started charging, so did Anna and I. His instinct was thrown away. Maverick was fast, pouncing on Reza before he had a chance to aim at any of us. He was knocked to the ground and Maverick embedded his teeth into the body before him. Reza was screaming, he aimed at da-da-da-da-da. Had this before. Oh, the jaws dislodged and Reza aimed his gun in my direction. Out of nowhere, Anna tackled me, shoving us both out of the way, just before Reza unloaded the weapon in our direction. Both of us were seemingly unharmed, and by the time Reza was reloading his gun, Anna was already up again and running towards him. No! Just as he missed his arm to raise his arm to aim at her, he jumped and collided with him, causing him to miss his target wildly. She was on top of him now, raising a hind leg before slitting his throat with one of the large claws at the end of it. Immediately he slumped. Blood gushed from his wound, and as he helplessly squirmed on the ground, and a horrible, distorted noise was left his severed windpipe. After a few seconds, his movement stopped and Anna returned to me. I don't really want to see that. That's kind of, yeah, no, I don't. Okay, that's enough. Thanks. Are you alright? Yeah. We went to check on the others, but both Maverick and the administrator were dead. Maverick. There must be a way to save Maverick during the scene as well. Status of people. Okay. Must be a way to save everyone, right? Must be a way. Oh, here we go. In the weeks that followed, the dragons prepared for the comet. I, on the other hand, spent more time with Anna as she opened up about her condition. When the time came, the dragons executed their plan, and by utilizing the underground building's generators, the comet was ultimately diverted and never hit Earth. Even after they recovered and the power was restored to the portal, I knew that I wouldn't be able to return to my own time as the administrator. Azumi had deleted the coordinates I needed to return home when she repaired the portal a while ago. While she had her own reasons for doing this, it meant that now my only options were to stay here, or to use the portal and the coordinates she had entered to travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. Yeah, alright. However, I wasn't very concerned about this at the moment, as I spent my time in this world accompanying Anna on her journey. And this would be her bad end. For her help in stopping Reza, she was awarded the highest honor the council could bestow on her, citing her bravery and exceptional service to the community. As a result, the case against her was dropped and she was cleared of all charges. In the months that followed, I was with her during her cancer treatments and could only watch as her condition worsened by the day. By this point, she was living in a hospice and become thin and weak as the disease had eroded her both physically and mentally. What did the doctor say? Who cares what the doctor says? I know he sugarcoats everything. It's not going to be long here now, or else I wouldn't even be here. I'm not sure if there's any sensible way to ask this, but we're talking about less than a week. Besides, I'm the only one. I'm the one who's dying here, not you. No reason for you to be so upset. She looked away from me as I saw tears welling up in her eyes. And to think that in your world, you already had a cure for cancer. How pointlessly tragic. Yet here I am, being what I never wanted to become. At least I'm not alone. A few days later, she passed away quietly in her sleep. The council held a funeral in her honor, which I didn't attend. Now that I had been with Anna until the end, I had a decision to make. I could either stay here, accept this outcome and all its consequences, or, by using this portal in Izumi's coordinates, travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. This way, I could get the chance to try again. No doubt, it would be a risk to relieve this rollercoaster of emotions. After all, I'd have to go through all the events and their dangers again, but maybe it would be worth it. Huh, alright then. Whoa. Alright then. That is probably Anna's bad end then. Oh, hello, Mega Boom Boom. Welcome to the stream. I'd say this is more of a bit better of an ending if you consider... Okay, there's a couple things to consider. If you're considering the character we've been spending most time with, then Remy's would be the best ending. Like, he'd be alone, but he'd be alive. In this case, if we're talking about the whole world, then it'd be more like, you know, the feels. It's very, very upsetting that, you know, we have to keep losing people, but like the original events that occurred with Hope, Maverick, and everything is like, you know, we've already gone through them. It's like just annoying that they keep having to die, but having people alive is nice. Like, what's weird is that we didn't get any mention of Bryce again after that, which is kind of strange. But Anna, we will save you, along with everyone else, eventually. We will find a way. Don't know what it will take, but we will. Alright, that's another ending of the game. We have a bit more time, so we can start with... should we focus on Bryce? Because we've gone through a bit with Bryce already, so we should just focus on doing whatever with him next. Yeah, I've seen your first good Oh? That's a good ending. So good ending is just saving the world. Really? But she passes away. I thought you'd... Really? That's the best ending with Anna? Oh. We've seen Anna's good ending. Tragic hero. I suppose as long as she died with, like, the whole... You know, with everything being... How do you get her bad ending, then? That's weird. Everyone else was just go through the game normally. And have everyone, like, you know, this all happens. How do you get a good ending, then? Like, how do you get her bad ending, and how do you get everyone else's bad endings? I'm confused. Also, thank you for the follow. That's so weird. I don't get it. Oh, so they actually get, like, filled in rather than just this, like a shadow of them. The sun is also coming up a bit more. That's interesting. So, wait a minute. Oh, we can't check our achievements out of game. Really? So silly. Gallery? Anything? Oh, so there's... Oh, so once you get their good endings, you get a little thingy. That's cool. Very cool. So... Starting new adventure, I suppose. Continue your journey, Yoshi. Will do. The sun is coming up more. That's cool. Love this game. This is awesome. So what is this? Duty. That's different. It stopped being like trauma. Now it's duty. Just like in the 5th chapter of Remy's playthrough, as if I have something to do. What would that something be though? Huh. Duty. So hold on, let's have a look at the achievements thing. Optimist, okay, let's have... Oh, so I didn't see that. That's just all these. So, Remy's bad, Remy's good would be here. Anna's bad ending would go here. How do you get a bad ending? It's weird. How would you? Just, you know, for the sake of having to go through everyone's endings, right? How do you get their good endings? I thought you just, because it seems like every time I go through this, it gets better and better. Like, you know, we end up, instead of just everyone getting killed, we end up harming Riza more and more. It's weird. How do we... And if we had, like, gone with her first, would she have been, like, harmed instead? I don't know, this is so confusing. Yeah, I mean... Have we seen all of it yet? By meeting them and treating them in the worst way possible. No, but we treated the others in a regular way. Then... Yeah, let's just skip ahead. Right? By meeting everyone normally, and by getting to know them on a good level, then yeah. Hold on, what was this? Good time. So we need to go meet with Bryce and do everything correctly this time. Don't usually drink, la-di-da-di-da. That sounds fair, la-di-da-di-da. We need to say no. Have something later, la-di-da-di-da. Let's not do... I mean, I want to enjoy the evening, but I don't want to push to the point where we get to the drinking challenge again, because that got us on bad terms with him. So let's not end up with that. Nice, okay. So let's see. That's what I like to hear. I don't really drink though. So let's just leave. I really think I should be going. Oh, come on, really? Without another word, I got up from my seat and left. Luckily, I didn't have much trouble finding my way back home. I suddenly couldn't stand spending any more time with someone like Bryce. Needless to say, I didn't regret leaving him behind. That makes it seem very... You rejected Bryce's invitation, whatever. Well, we got an achievement, but can we go on just good terms with him? Because the thing is, right, if we... Does that just lead to him being neutral with us again, or what? Or does he go back to that decision and be like, oh, that was a good choice on you, good job, good. Status is bad. How do you not be with a bad status with Bryce? Come on. What is this? Hold on. I just want to see, like, chapter 2 already. Look how fast it goes through. Hope. I just need to see if you get the option to meet with Bryce again. Da-di-da-di-da. That's all I need to do. Let's rest again. You decide not to meet anyone or investigate for the 10th time, who cares? Oh, okay. Well, then we got that. Looks like you've seen this before. Skip to the character selection. Yes. So do we get to meet with Bryce again or not? Oh. So what did you find? La-di-da-di-da. No. Weird. Weird. There must be a way to get closer to Bryce. So do we go away from this point? Like go back and need to read a book? I don't know. That's a shame, but I won't stop you. Bryce respected my wishes, but staying there longer and getting drunk wasn't exactly my idea of fun. I could certainly enjoy myself without alcohol and those who partook in its consumption. After all, there were still plenty of interesting novels waiting for me in my apartment, like the Shadow series, because that's the best. See, and then status is bad. What? How do you have to participate and not, like, push yourself? Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Right, because then you don't end up in his house with him and stuff. Because I want to meet with Sebastian eventually as well, soon. So, this is so weird. We're gonna... Okay. La-di-da-di-da. That's what I like to hear. Soon there. Cars, la-di-da-di-da. That sounds easy enough. La-di-da-di-da. Until you have a swig of the real stuff and we'll see how easy it is for you. What if we say give up from here? Yeah, I can't stand another drink of this. You win. You can't be serious. You give up already? That's not even a competition. It's laughable. Laugh all you want. I don't care. If you can't take it, just get out. Come on. This is so hard. Wait, hold on. What text is there this time? And get out I did. There was no point in staying if the only thing he planned to do was taunt me over his victory, even though it didn't look like he enjoyed it that much. I played a silly game and somehow he still wasn't happy about it. Guess he could play it without me in the future. Oh, this is so silly. Look, his status is probably bad again. Bryce, you're the worst. Oh yes, this time, this laptop actually warned me about being low battery. So let's plug this one. Where is it? There we go. Bryce though, come on. It's making it so hard for us. There must be a way, right? Because there must be good endings. Like, there must be endings with him as well, considering the fact that he's... Unless we need to get closer to Sebastian in order to meet with Bryce again. I'm not sure. Let's just try out all the different points where we can stop now, though. Because there are different points during the contest that we can stop. Not really. La-di-da-di-da. Alright, then. You know what, why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest? I would, but I don't think I can beat someone like you. Yeah. Not easy enough. La-di-da-di-da. La-di-da-di-da. No, but this makes it sound like we've got to make him like ooh again. Certainly a nice change from what I'm used to. Good to hear. Maybe next time we'll send a dragon over to your world. That could be interesting. Way to bring us another round, la-di-da-di-da. You can always give up. As for my turn, let me demonstrate. Once again, la-di-da-di-da. It was... What if I say it was? I guess you got more out of this than you asked for then. Wait the next round. Might as well do that now. Just don't... Can I ask you a question? No, we've already been through this. Why are you brown? You just don't ask someone why they're brown. Don't you have, like, differently colored people where you come from? Or do they all look like you? You seriously look like a chocolate cream cake. Delicious chocolate cream cake. Can I taste you? Waiter, next round. I don't even know anymore. Can we stop soon? I'm positive it's yours. Say nothing. Oh, what? Go down. Yeah. Good to hear that. Ready for another round, or do you give up? Think I better stop now. Right. No one had enough and it's now? Well done, kiddo. Didn't think you had it in you. So we had to get to end of the scene but decline like going for more. I suppose that's what it is. Huh. I wonder what happens if we leave. Or do we want to save over? Yeah, sure. I guess I don't know at this point. If I have to, you'll be doing yourself a favor too. He's unconscious. Slap him. Wake up, wake up, wake up! What, is that you, Yoshi? Stop it, I'm awake already. Sorry. Where am I? Still in the bar. Ugh, come on, let's get you home, you big wuss. Right. Hold on, let's have a look. What happens if we just leave? Oh my gosh, that is so bad. Heck no. That's not very nice of you. Get out of my way, you sack before I show you how nice I can be with my fists. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Looking back, I got up and stumbled back to my apartment on shaky legs. When I finally arrived, I was glad to fall into bed and sleep away the whole evening. That is awful. Is there like a super bad? Nope. It's just bad still. Wow. Wonder what he'd say about like, oh, I'm not asking about last time or whatever. Oh, that's awful. Gee. Fine. Thank you. What about pepper on his nose? Right, it would be like a smelling salt. Oh, that was actually the salt, not the pepper. Let's try that again. What? Is that you, Yoshi? Where am I? And what did you do to my nose? Did you shove something in there while I was out or something? We're still in the bar, and I just put some pepper there to wake you up. That's the best you could come up with. I'm drunk. What did you expect? Oh, shut up. Come on, let's get you. La-di-da-di-da. Hold on. So let's go for what appears to be the best options. So it's like, if I have to, da-di-da-di-da. What was better? I don't remember. Let's just slap him again. Whatever. Alright, let's have a look at what happens here. We've already gone through the third option here. What about this one? You are salivating. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes. Just as you do, occasionally, I bet. Darn my head, why are you even here? I guess I must have passed out after I escorted you home. Oh, right, after our little game. Do you remember who won? I don't even know, but you stood your ground and I respect that. It was a bad idea. Right, are you gonna say it's a bad idea? Can we seriously not get on your good side? Looks like we have to meet with Sebastian, right? Because there's no other way to make him happy. My gosh, you are the worst. What about the middle option though? Randomly gonna go before he let out his eyes. That got him. For your information, my kind tend to look a little bigger than the others, but it also makes us the strongest. La-di-da-di-da. There's no way! Just meet with Sebastian, come on. There must be a better way to do something. To do this right. Hey Sebastian, this is Yoshi. Oh, he just hung up. You're still here? I'm still on the clock, you know. Oh. Huh. Well, I'm glad you take my security so seriously. Just doing my job, sir. Alright, so whatever. We'll just continue with this and see how it goes. Don't call me sir? That sounds mean though. No, no. Sorry, my bad. I haven't actually seen a human in flesh and blood before today, so it's kinda hard to tell. Actually, I just meant you don't have to be so formal. That's what I thought, yeah. Alright. Anyway, did you need anything? It's pretty boring when I have to spend the day all on my own. I don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town and given you the tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. Do you like being outdoors? Let's see. Okay. What about, yeah? Oh, me too. What do you think about camping? You want to go camping right now? Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm not sure there's much else we could do at this time. Would it even be okay for us to just go outside? I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still on the clock, but camping would be much more fun than you just staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to. If you want to spend a night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So, what do you say? Sign me up. Oh, what would this be? I just want to see it, and then we'll go back and do the thing. Really? Even after you called me and wanted to do something? Well, maybe next time. I'll see you around. Front door if you need anything. Oh, well, that's like the worst way to go about it. Just want to see what the card here is. Hope still? Or is it more than one? Okay, so let's go back and actually go camping. Well, these plans here, I'm not sure what the thing is actually. So what's not really? I see. Maybe I could change your mind about that. What do you mean? What do you think about camping? La-di-da-di-da. Sign me up. Sure, let me just grab a few things. Awesome. Oh, neat. Well, here we are. I'm surprised we even got a spot this late after what you told me. As a member of the police force and someone who is as important as you are, it's not really surprising. They probably regard it as an honor to be hosting us. So this is it? No tent or anything? Oh, tent camping would have been a bit more complicated setup at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they're run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we get some furnishing. Could use a few sleeping bags though. If you wanted a comfy bed, you could have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal. Sounds great. Yep, just us and nature itself. We even have some natural lighting in here. So much for the real deal. You could just sit in the dark if you'd prefer that. Nope, I think this will do. Have you ever gone camping before? Let's see here. Nope, this is the first, not like this. I see. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you the first time. I could tell, you started a little bit. It was cute. It was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Reza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Maverick before I met you. I see. So, are you one of those who expected me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, that didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have made me nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also happened to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn into a career ender right there. Well, that doesn't end more than just your career, but I hope these... Ooh, but this would be warning him, right? I don't know, that sounds too scary, but I feel like it might be a good idea. Don't worry. Ooh, let's see. Good point. Good point? Is that... I don't know. How long have you been on the force? They didn't assign the rookie to me, did they? Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what the other options are. You're doing a great job so far, don't worry about it. Thank you, I'll do my best. I'm sure of it. And the last option. The thing is, we'd be like warning him about the murder coming on later. But I hope these walls aren't gonna cave in then. If these walls start to crack, I'm not gonna be worried about my career. Good point. How long have they been in the force? They didn't assign me a rookie to me, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits. Not here at the very least. This is just a small town, so we don't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position, because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals. Locals? Don't you live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Runners? Oh, that's just what we call our species sometimes. We've got pretty powerful legs. I can see that. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species? Sure. It's mostly smaller ones though, because the bigger they get, the more variety you will find. I see. I only have my hometown to compare, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives, or if they can focus on a certain industry that species is good at. So your species is good at farming. Better than the Earth dragons at least, even though they come in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? I just wanted to see what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and whatever was there was like the stories I'd heard. Is it? Oh yes, it's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. Well, what would you like to know? What can you tell me about the people? Alright. What about the land? The people. They're a friendly bunch, for the most part. Of course, I also met some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily, those seem to be the minority. There was also a bit of culture shock when I initially came here with all the different species living here together, but my police training took care of that. About the land, right? The land? Well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though. I was talking more about if they have any sort of industry. Oh, I see. This town is actually quite unique, because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. But that, we basically have our own full production chain. So your one factory is everyone's pride and joy here? In a way, yes. It makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. What was it like to work with Bryce? Here we go. He kind of took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since. Pun not intended. Of course. I found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes though. I thought he saw it as a challenge or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. What is it like having so many different species on the force? Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. Do you have any special recommendations or secrets I should know about this town? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Not that I know of at the very least. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet. I think as a member of the police force I'd get to see everything there is to see. Either way, I don't think there's anything that special about our town. But hey, I'm not the only one who's been new here. What are your impressions? Good? Bad? Ugly? It's been a bit hectic. It's been fun so far. Well, I'd say it's been fun, right? Let's see. Fun? That's not something I'd expect you to say after we showed you a corpse on your first day. Hey, if Bryce said it had to be done, then it's part of the job. I'm not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to the crime scene though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much. Pun not intended. If you need my help, I'm glad to give it. Fostering goodwill and all that. Well, at least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Anyway, how about some fun? Hold on. Let's see, this should lead to the same event anyway. Let's just see what his response is. It's been a bit hectic so far. Oh, that is understandable with everything that's been going on. Maybe it's a good thing most places were closed. I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed any more sightseeing much. I suppose you're just not a runner like I am. We don't mind staying on our feet. Da-di-da-di-da. What kind of fun are you talking about? I brought some playing cards, the staple for any camping trip. I see. What are we playing? Just a little game called Bastion Breach. Ever heard of it? Can't say I have. We often play it in the break room to pass the time. It's good fun, though things can get quite heated sometimes. Okay, so I believe an achievement here is beat Sebastian at his own game. Alright. Looks like we've got to do that. Let me go over the rules. Sure. Oh, you use the same cards as us. You have humans. You have humans. As you can see here, each of us starts with all cards of a given suit in their hands. You're diamonds and I'll be hearts. Oh, hold on, let's have a look here. I like this. These choices seem nice. Of course, you stole those hearts, didn't you? Haha, well, maybe I did. Anyways, so he's gonna teach us next. What about this? What about the other option? Other options, of course. Yeah, okay, that's just boring. Middle option. You've got my heart already. Look, all these dragons are super cute. Is that so? Anyways, alright, so let's have a look. What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffled cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique since the middle row always changes between games. Now, this is how the game works. We will play a round for each card in the middle row, starting with the one you see at the very left. During each round, we both decide which card to play and put it there face down, like this. Oh, gee, my headphones weren't like entirely connected. I'm not sure if the microphone would have been affected, but I wasn't hearing the music properly, and I was like, huh, shifted a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, no wonder. Once we have both played a card, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point. To clarify, 2 is the lowest card and the king is the highest. The ace is a special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any number card. Ooh, that's interesting. Now, the card from the middle row also counts, so it's possible that neither of us will get the point for a round. If there's a tie, no clear winner between the 3 rounds, or the middle row has the highest card. No player will get a point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. Okay then. At the end, the player with the most number of points wins the game. Do you get all of that? Right, so we might do some trial and error to get this right, and we'll see what happens. Yes, let's get started. This game is all about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what cards have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Alright, are you ready? Sure. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need to make your selection. Ooh, alright. Let's see here. 5 for the first card makes for an interesting start. You could try to surpass it and play something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I would go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well. Alternatively, you could count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus making me waste mine. What's it going to be, Yoshi? I feel like a low card would be a fine choice then, yeah? Right, let's see. As you can see, I played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen. Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. That is true. A tie. I guess we both tried to do the same thing here. Yeah, that's what I assumed. The king presents us with an interesting conundrum, especially when getting him early when most cards are still available. I'll let you figure this one out though. Let's see here. So, what do you think? What do we think? Because the only thing that he'd be able to use is an ace, but I don't think he'd waste a card like that. So really, I think going for another low card is completely fine. Right? But then he might go for a low card, so let's see how low. 4, perhaps? Let's try that. Oh, looks like a tie. Of course, the only card that beats a king is the ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely a safer play to just get rid of a low card here. So 4, I'm not sure if it would have been a good choice to go for 3 or 4, but yeah. Alright. Okay. Let's see if he goes for another low. Oh, he goes for a higher one this time. My point. Right. Let's go for jack. Step it up a little bit, try to get a point. Oh, he's going for a little higher. Don't worry, you can still win. Alright, let's see. So now that he's used up his queen, he's only got his king and his ace to beat us. I'll go for a higher, but only slightly. What if we match? It'd be a tie, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's try go for a little higher. Oh, interesting. Nice. He's using up a lot of the higher cards, which is definitely something. So the ace, right? Use up a low card? Yeah. Oh, right, no. Ace is only if, like, you use a high one. So I'd have to go for 10 there, right? Right, okay. That makes sense. Forgot about that. Let's go for queen. But he'd go for ace, right? No! This is the halfway point, so now it's really gonna get serious. Anyone can still win. Right, you only have king and ace to go for. So, let's go for a lower card? Yeah, right. Ace. Okay, interesting. Because I'm keeping a lot of the higher cards. So, let's go for an... Right, he's used up a lot of his higher cards now. 7. See, I'm going for a lot of the lower cards, huh? Because 10, you'd have to use one of the higher cards to beat us. Alright, so 7 and 8 is safe. Like, he could use a 7 or 8 here. Right. Oh, he went for a king, huh? Yeehaw! Alright, let's see. Alright, so... What does he have left? None of the higher cards. He has up to 8 maximum, where it would tie. Yeah? Okay. Tie? Okay. Thing is, the ace won't come into effect anymore, because there's no... Oh, he has no more high cards. Ooh, yuck. That's bad then. Oops. 7, he go for 7 as well, right? Thought so. Game is pretty much over. Yeah, alright, interesting. So then, that's over and done with. Alright, that's it. I'm sorry to say this, but you just lost. Yeah, I noticed. Guess I can't help it, I'm just that good. You beat someone who played this for the first time ever, congratulations! Don't be a poor sport about it now, maybe you'll win next time. Wonder if there is a next time though, so I'm gonna replay this. If there ever is such a thing. I'll just put these away. No rematch? Maybe some other time. It's getting kinda late now. If you say so. Hey, maybe next time you could teach me a human card game. Sure. Maybe we should get some sleep now. I imagine it will be just as busy tomorrow as it was today. Let's not forget it, I'll have to get up early to report about all this. Right, so hold on. Let's try to win now. It's interesting. Okay, so let's get started. I assume it's going to be like another low card. Yeah, we've gone through that. Go for another low card, obviously. Makes sense. Go for a higher card. Because he went for 8, right? No, he went for 10. Oof, I forgot about that. Okay. Let's try go for a higher card. 2, 3. Jack. Your point. Alright. 10. Let's go for a low card since he'll probably go for a higher, right? Wait, if he goes for even higher, then... Ah! Guess I should start playing seriously. Huh. Alright. 8. 10. Oh, okay, nice. Okay. Ace. 6. Oh no. It looks like it's pretty even so far. Alright. I don't want to go for something too high at the moment. Oh wow, we both went for something like that. We'll probably just go for a king, right? Interesting. Oh, ace, so it's just tied. He would give me the point, probably. But I guess I don't need to go for anything too high. What about 9? No, okay, so he would have tied it out anyway. Let's go for an A. Queen. Can't beat that, darn. Alright. Go for something. So he's got 8. No, he's already used up 8. He's got 10. No, 10, 9. No. Okay, so he can't be 8. Okay, this is getting interesting. So, how about king here to beat him? Because now, this must be us then, right? Nice! Alright, that's it. Hey! Seems like you won, fair and square. Of course I went easy on you. You know that, right? Yeah, sure. You won a game of Bastion Breach. Congratulations! Hey, you did it! I'll just put these away. No rematch? Maybe someone's time's getting late. Let's have a look at some of the other choices. What about I don't know any card games? Really? Well then we just have to play Bastion Breach again. Sure. Alright. What's maybe? Maybe. Wow, just skip straight to that text. Some of the dialogue choices actually just lead straight to whatever comes next. Alright, sure. Don't leave out the part where I totally won. You wish. So, how do you like your bed of rocks? It's alright. Well then, have a good night. Good night, Sebastian. Alright. We'll probably end off soon as well. After this bit concludes. Hope there's still the tarot card for this. Interesting. Okay, so we might do a bit of this and then head off. Let's do. Right, so skipping ahead, how far does that go? Is there anything else that we could get from here? So we've gone through a lot of the achievements already. Nice. This would have to go through a dean to do that, of course. Acquire the bloody bandage, not sure. Stretch your legs. I still have no idea where that comes. Bryce's blanket, Bryce's magazine. Maybe you just have to go with Sebastian there or something. Not sure. There's not much we have to do here, so how about right, I feel like this would, oh no, it's an investigation scene, which means, alright, then again, the game says we've done it adequately, which means we don't have to go through the investigation again. I wonder if we have to go through it manually for the achievement to unlock. Right, so let's try this. How can I help you? Wait, aren't you the bartender from the other day? That I am. Did you have fun that evening? Sort of. I think Bryce isn't too fond of me. I know he can be a little rough around the edges, but if you call him back and talk about what happened, it should be fine. If you want to, that is. Okay, so that's good. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Wanna come by sometime? I could tell you more. Oh really? And even though it's a bar, the alcohol is always optional. Good to know. I'll think about it. Cool, so this guy is being all cool about everything. Who was that? La-di-da-di-da. Svara. To cover mother's prescription. Da-di-da-di-da. Browsing for now. Da-di-da-di-da. We probably don't need to do that. Da-di-da-di-da. See you later. Production facility. La-di-da-di-da. Thank you. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Let's see. Anything? No. Da-di-da-di-da. Sounds like him. It's price for you. La-di-da-di-da. So he's chief, he gets things done. I don't think it's going anywhere. Thanks. Good luck. So we can meet with Bryce now, awesome. Might as well just go through the scene now, or shall we save it here? I mean, you know what, you might be alright actually. So the end off here. Oh, his status is back to good. Maybe the store clerk, like, talked to him again about it. Nah, we may as well do it now. Alright. Oh, meet with the store clerk. Might want to meet with these two instead now, because I'm not sure if Sebastian is going to come up as a choice again. We might also get the Vara thing as well. Learn about Vara, because apparently that's a stalker or something as part of one of our achievements. That's weird. Let's meet with Bryce first. Alright, let's go. Hello. Hey Yoshi, good to see you. Your face? What? Thanks for the invitation. No need to be so formal. Sure, I'm the chief, but here, I'm just Bryce. Wait a minute, something seems different here. What do you mean? Oh, that's it, we're both sober. I thought we weren't going to mention that. Right. Don't mind the chaos, this is just a temporary arrangement. He led me inside and motioned to the couch. When I took a seat and looked around, I realized that his apartment was obviously designed with only a single person in mind. Ah, some days, all you can do is be glad they're over. Long day at work? You know how it is at the police department, especially with everything going on. Is this a bad time for me to visit? I mean, hold on, let's have a look. So this seems okay now, we're doing alright. Bryce has... we just have to meet with the store clerk and everything's okay now. Cool. How many dead have you found so far? Too many. Each one we find is one too many. So, what do you usually do for fun in your world? Huh. Okay, well, you start off with a very serious thing. Hey, things are pretty overwhelming for me too, being in mystery is no joke. Good point, guess we both have a lot to complain about. Hey, it's not a contest, we can commiserate. What do you usually do for fun? I mean, there's not much else to say over there. There wasn't a big option. Meet with friends. Right, with your on that one. How about you? Different things. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it is. That's not very specific. Alright, I'll show you something. But promise me you won't laugh, okay? Sure. Show me we're both adults here. What? What? What is my character thinking? Oh, I sure hope so. He went to a shelf on the far side of the room and picked up a long object, carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table for me and gently set it down. It was a wooden model ship. From first appearances, I guess it was a child's attempt at assembling a model. While the shape was not recognizable, there were odd pieces jutting out or not fitting together properly. In some places, globs of dried glue remained from excessive use. What's this? It looks nice. What's this? Let's be questioning. Well, you asked about my hobbies, I guess this is the latest one. Even though I try, I don't always make the best decisions. I know I'm not the most patient person. But in my line of work, you never know what they're going to throw at you next, so you always have to be prepared. You can't have any exploitable weaknesses. And of course, I want to be fit for duty. As the chief, people look up to me, so I have to be at my best at all times. We can both tell the model's not very good. I don't really have the patience or the dexterity for it. But I tried my hand at this to get better. Sure, it took me way longer than it should have, and my claws were covered in glue for a week afterwards. But, you know, these models aren't even intended for us. They're made for runners like Sebastian who have the proper hands to do that stuff. I know the ship isn't much, but it's something. And maybe, if I keep trying, I'll get better. Wait a minute, you have ships? Not in this town, but yeah, we have ships alright. Well, that's cool to know. Why does that surprise you? I just find it interesting because where I come from, we also have vehicles for land and air travel. Well, some of us can fly, some of us can run well, but none of us can swim beyond the seas. Do you even have different continents? Not that I know of. You'd probably have to ask someone who knows more about our world than I do. How can you not know something about something like that? Well, we do get the occasional explorer who ventures out into uncharted seas, but I don't really keep track of that kind of thing. Would you want to visit if they ever found one? I can't say that I don't find the thought exciting, but in the end, I've got my people here, and they need their chief. Maybe you could take a vacation and see what's out there. Ha! If I ever have time for that, maybe. Can you swim? Not particularly well. You may have noticed that I'm not exactly streamlined. Let's see here. Alright. The orange path floats on water. Seriously? Just because I don't look like a bodybuilder doesn't mean that I'm out of shape. Heck, I work out every day and I train for strength, not to just look the part. Everything you see is 100% pure muscle. Right, put your hand on my forearm. Don't you technically have 4 legs? I guess, but it's easier to say forearm than specifying the upper part of my foreleg. Besides, using the word leg might get misinterpreted. That might make you think of my thigh, and that would be something else entirely. Not that I mind grabbing your thigh. Is that so? Whoa, Bryce! Oh, let's just keep it on the arm for now. I placed my hand on the upper part of his foreleg, somewhat surprised at the warmth radiating from his scales. I hope you're ready, because here I go. His arm shifted, the shape of his muscles changing as they became more defined. In a moment, they were firm and bulging, his scales flaring under the stress and looking as though they might pop off at any moment. It reminded me of a flexing bodybuilder in his skin-tight lycra suit. After a few seconds, his muscles relaxed and regained their former shape. See, that's what I'm talking about. Calling me impressed. Didn't expect that, huh? It's too bad that all those muscles couldn't help you when Reza got away and you got stuck on those stairs. Hey, that wasn't my fault. It was the stairs. All I noticed is your bulge. Oh yeah, of course it was the stairs. Do we have to play Wiz for this? Wiz! Hashtag stairs, not so hype. Anti-stairs companion. Speaking of which, this whole case has been completely insane. Us always a step behind Reza, Maverick running around trying to catch him himself. I wonder what he's been up to. Maverick? Yeah. We had an interesting conversation not too long ago. What? What exactly was that? When I went into town to check your list of places Reza had been to. How come you didn't say anything about that before? I didn't think it was anything worth mentioning. It was a pretty one-sided conversation anyway. Right, maybe you should start from the beginning. I don't want to say it's crazy, but I have no idea what it's talking about. Me neither. You know, next time you should let the police decide whether something like that is worth mentioning or not. Why did you not tell us about this again? I thought it was just Maverick being Maverick. He's not normally like that. I don't get it. Why has he been acting like that? Do you think he's onto something? I don't know, but there must be a reason behind his behavior. Maybe he's right about Reza. You think so? Considering everything that's happened here so far, it's possible. That would put you in a very bad position. I know, but if it was him, I can't change what he's done. Okay, I can only try to help you as much as possible. I'm just thinking out loud, but Reza was the first of your kind to come here. He arranged a generator and PDA trade, and then you came through the portal to deliver your part of the deal. Did your people have any goals or long-term plans for us? Or was this exchange going to be a one-off thing? It's supposed to be a scouting mission more than anything, a test to see if this kind of business relationship could work out, and if it did, it would make humanity very happy. Things aren't looking good on that front right now, though. But yeah, that's another reason I'm helping you. However, the whole thing turns out, no matter what happens, I've got your back, okay? Thank you. No problem, buddy. Hey, I'm gonna grab myself a beer. You want one? I mean, the third option's just gonna bring up the whole thing again, which is not a good idea, but let's just see what happens anyway. If I want to be in my own home, I sure as heck I'm gonna get myself a beer. Besides, it's just one beer. No one's gonna get drunk from that. Of course. Rice got up and left through one of the doors to fetch his beer, leaving me alone in the room. Oh, so these are all the options for the achievements. Nice. Examine the blanket. What an interesting pattern. The way the dark blue stripes contrast against the lighter hue is very pleasing to the eye. Reeks of alcohol and dragon. He examined Bryce's blanket. No comment. Bryce lumbered back through the door, the handle of a beer-filled basket clamped in his maw. Alright, so let's see here. So if we go back to here, say no thanks. If you say so, we need to get the other achievements. Look at the magazine. Bold letters proclaim the magazine's title was Universal Fitness. Its models on the cover catching my eye with their confident and athletic poses. Headlines like stronger, thicker tails, and amazing tips for burning passion gave me an indication of its topics. They're great. Curiosity got the best of me, and I found myself staring at the first double page, which profiled the Athlete of the Month. It was accompanied by a range of pictures showing off the athlete's body from different angles in a number of poses. It looked at Bryce's magazine. Aha! When I heard the door creak open, I quickly put the magazine back on the table before Bryce lumbered back into sight. La-di-da-di-da. That achievement done. See, this is still just for the achievements, obviously. We don't care about other people, we just care about the achievements. Alright, la-di-da-di-da. Stretch your legs a bit. Not wanting to just sit around and wait, I did some simple stretching exercises to pass the time. You stretch your legs for a bit. Really? Yes, really. What if we just wait? La-di-da-di-da. Wait. Well, he's taking his time. Yep. He carefully set the basket on the coffee table and took out the beers one by one. Once he was done, he swatted the empty basket into a far corner. Help yourself if you like. Rice's store-bought beer looked very different from what I had seen in the bar. They were presented in large plastic bowls that were sealed at the top, reminding me of yogurt containers. He broke the seal on one of the containers with his claw and proceeded to drink it noisily. Sweet, sweet nectar. Always does its job. Can I ask you something? Go for it. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched how you carried the beer. I was going to ask you how you do daily tasks like shopping, for example, but I guess those baskets are your best friends. That's just how we do things around here. Not sure why that's so special to you. It makes me wonder. I know you can use your forelegs well enough for things, but what about your hind legs? Can you walk on those? Good question. If you're just talking about my species, some of us can. At least a little. But me? I probably wouldn't be able to take more than 2 steps that way. Interesting. Maybe that's something I should practice as well. It'd be a good exercise in discipline. Regardless, I wouldn't be part of any competition anytime soon. You have competitions? Oh yes, each species gets their own athletic competition with a few events every other year. That sounds fun. Ever thought of joining in? It's not really my kind of thing. I mean, it's always just about who's the best and the strongest and who has the biggest muscles and all that. I'm not into that whole competitive lifestyle. And some of these events can also be a bit dangerous. One accident and it could be over for me as a chief. That sounds rough. What kind of competitions do you have? I usually highlight the individual species' strengths and abilities. You get to do strength-based stuff. The flyers get to fly, the runners get to run, and so on. Also, this little injury here seems to be from the whole, I don't remember his name, Maverick's brothers. The situation with him probably comes from that as well. That's what I think. Speaking of which, it's kind of funny just how upright you are when you move. The runners lean forward and use their big tails for balance, whereas you have yours tucked into whatever that is you are wearing. Actually, we don't have tails. Are you kidding me? Not at all. Seriously, everything alive has a tail. How can you just not have one? Some animals just don't have tails, as us included. The tails are wonderful. Just look at mine. That's a pretty wicked weapon right there. You just have nothing. Can't help it. You know what? I don't believe you. Oh gee. I'm not sure how I can make this any more clear. Show me. Do we show him? We kind of scared Remy away when we showed our stomach, so... What? Alright, here goes nothing. I can't believe it. You really don't have a tail. Told you so. You didn't mind. Why do you cover it all up anyway? It's a human thing. We usually don't show our bodies to strangers. So, friends are fine? That would be an unusual friendship. Let's just say that displaying that area would usually imply more. Is that so? Okay, so we've got tails covered, but what about wings? Great. I don't think we can call those little things on my back wings. What are they then? Articulated pieces of armor, I guess. Can you flap them? I can try. Bryce got up on all fours, grounding his body in preparation for what was to come. His face contorted into a grimace as his upper body strained. He held the pose for a few seconds, but nothing happened except for his continuous groan of effort. Then suddenly his wings started to move. Slowly at first, they swayed up and down. They gradually picked up speed and moved with a rhythm that could rightfully be called flapping. It reminded me of the pigeons I often saw back home. After holding it for a few seconds, he breathed a sigh of relief as he relaxed and the flapping motion stopped again. A single bead of sweat rolled down the side of his face as he looked at me, panting. That was awesome. Yeah, that was certainly a first. Too bad they don't have any flapping competitions for my species. That was exhausting. Just the right time for a beer. Asking if you should really have another, I guess. Should you really have another beer? Why, did you want the last one? We can share. No, but you said there was more to you than getting drunk, and this is your third one already. If you say it like that, you make me sound like an alcoholic or something. I just forgot, okay? Okay. So I've been wondering, what does it take for someone to become humanity's ambassador? Still not quite sure how I ended up here. I guess in my case it was a combination of the right degrees, volunteering, and a great deal of luck. But what kind of job did you have before that? Were you like a politician, or a diplomat, or what? Actually, I was none of those things. Reza, maybe, but suddenly not me. I guess it's not like you needed ambassadors to represent humanity before, right? That makes this whole process a first, unless you had aliens show up at your place before. It's funny that you say that, because for a while, there actually was speculation that you were aliens. Well, it's not like we fly around in spaceships or anything. Strictly speaking, the word alien refers to any form of life that doesn't originate from our own planet. So that makes us aliens to each other, huh? Well, I'm not sure if that would be a good descriptor for your kind. Oh, why not? Let's just say that where I come from, word often carries negative connotations with it. That's no good. What does that make us then? I don't know. Maybe we'll have to make up a new word for sentient, civilized dragons. What do you think about us humans anyway? I know many others have their own ideas of what humans are or what they're supposed to be. I'm not buying into all that, so I'll just take it as it is. And how is it? Well, you've been interesting enough so far, and Reza, I'm reserving judgment on that one. It's so funny to see people talking about humans all the time and what your presence could mean, while I'm one of the few who's actually gotten to meet you and knows what you're like. And people still don't know about Reza. That'll certainly be interesting. What do you think will happen once the truth about him gets out? I'll start worrying about that once we know what the truth actually is. Good point. You work with the police long enough, you learn not to have any preconceived notions about such things. Take things as they are and do what's necessary. I imagine you've seen many things as chief. I certainly have. They're usually not the kind of thing I should tell people about, though. Why not? It makes sense. Not sure how it's done where you are from, but here people usually don't like me telling them about the horrible things I see at work. I see. Man, look at the time. We spent all afternoon talking. Guess I should be heading back to my apartment. Yeah, it's getting pretty late, and I still have to prepare some stuff for tomorrow. Can you find your way out? Yeah. See you soon then. See you. Right, nice. So that seems to be looking good then. We are all good with Bryce. Nothing going on today, guess I could do whatever. So it might be a good idea to just meet with the store clerk next. Still got time. Right, sure, we'll go on a little bit more then. Status is just good, that's alright. Let's meet the store clerk. We can learn a little more before we head to bed. Where is he? Anybody here? There you are. Suddenly he grabbed my hand and bowed to plant a wet kiss on it with his snout. Hello, Yoshi. I'm sorry, but I don't think we've actually been properly introduced before. What was your name again? Oh, it was Zulu, wasn't it? Zong. Where did I get the other name from? No idea. Where is everyone? Well, the bar is already closed and everybody's gone home. So it's just us. I see. Wait, is that Bryce sleeping under the table? Oh, you're right. Guess we're not alone then. Does this happen often? Let me check where that name came from. Sometimes. I have no idea where that name came from. I can't see it from anywhere. I just looked it up randomly and it's just like, oh. You should start charging him rent. That's an idea. Maybe then I wouldn't have to work 2 jobs. Right, what's up with that? They're both just part-time, so it's no big deal. I see. Which one do you prefer? It's hard to say, really. Bartending is much more fun, but working in the store pays better and is also more stable. At least you get to wear a uniform at both. That doesn't exactly seem common around here. Yeah, they're usually very simple. I like this one, but after a while the collar can get a bit tight around the neck. The store uniform is just a chore to get on. The hat, the apron, it all feels a bit constricting. He does look cute in it, doesn't he? You think so? Oh, that's a new one. It was interrupted by a loud snore that came from under the table. When I looked down, I saw it was Bryce turning over in his sleep. What, Bryce? You want another beer? Sorry, mate, but the bar's already closed. Isn't he wonderful? Ready? It doesn't get rid of any liquids while he's passed out. Wow, I need to ask about that one. Don't worry about that. I have my trustworthy mop for situations like that. Hopefully you won't need it tonight. It's just another part of the job. I'm pretty used to it by now. Seem to know Bryce pretty well. How long have you? It's probably going to lead to that as well, anyway. So, he's a bit rough around the edges, but he seems like a stand-up guy. That's pretty accurate, I'd say. You seem to know Bryce pretty well. How long have you known each other? Since childhood, really. We both grew up here. Oh, that's cool. If you think he's a bit rough now, you should have seen him in his youth. Such a troublemaker. But you can rely on him for anything. I trust him with my life. Seems like a lot of people have confidence in him as the chief of police. They do, and rightfully so. The things he's done for me personally were way beyond his duties, the mark of a true friend. What did he do? Oh, it's a long story. Has more to do with myself than him, really. Come on, you can't just start like that and then not spill the beans. Well, if you say so. When we get a big backstory portion that goes into this, it's interesting. That's always cool. I was adopted when I was merely a hatchling. It's really not a big deal to me and never really came as a surprise to anyone, considering my parents aren't even the same species as me. Wow. Huh. My family isn't originally from around here. When I was 8 years old, my father got a job here, so we relocated. Moving across the continent meant losing all my friends, and making new ones wasn't so easy for me. I was young and new, and just a little scared. Even back then, Bryce was a very curious fella, especially when other people were involved. Came up to me in school, introduced himself, and we've been friends ever since. Many years later, Bryce was already on the force, and my desire to find my biological parents had grown so much that I had made some efforts to find them. Bryce pulled a few strings, and with his help, I was able to track them down. He even accompanied me on the trip. It's so awesome. Do you want me to come inside as well? No, just stay here, alright? Sure. I mustered all my courage and went up to the door of their run-down home. What do you want? Hello, is this the resident of Huangfu and Xuying? Who wants to know that? Well, about 20 years ago, you gave up your child for adoption and... Oh no. You know what? I'm not dealing with this right now. We didn't give you away just so you could show up whenever you please. Don't even think of calling me father. What the? That is awful. I want it. Turned around and went back inside. Just as he was about to close the door again, another person appeared next to him. Don't be rude, Huang. Come in for a tea or something, alright? Alright. Yeah, sit down. I'll go and make us some tea. Huh. Here you go. Don't you want to join us, Huang? You invited him. He is your guest, not mine. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I guess he doesn't want to talk. Guess so. Maybe he's not ready yet. Maybe. I guess 20 years isn't long enough. Look, I want to say I'm sorry, but I know nothing I say can make up for what happened. We had to give you away because we were young and stupid. These days, we aren't young anymore. How do you like the tea? It's alright. Oh, I've got something for you. She got up, walked away from the table, and vanished into a different room. Huang Fu was sitting on a couch nearby in front of the TV, his eyes glued to the screen. After a few moments, Xuying returned and joined me again. Here, take this. What is it? It's a hat we got you when you were little. It's one of the few things we still have from back then. Thank you. Do you want some more tea? No. Okay. I don't want to ask you this, but do you have some cash to spare? We really need some food, and Huang doesn't like to go hunting. I just bought up enough for the trip back home. I don't think that... Oh, you don't have anything? Then what are you still doing here? You can watch TV, but not provide for your family? What a man. Get out of my house! No, please! Yeah, maybe it's time for me to go. Don't even think of coming back. How dare you come here and disturb us like that? Thought it was going to be another one of those positive things, but looks like all the backstories have to have a bit of negativity. It's unfortunate. Is there a problem here, sir? Who the heck are you? Police. Sounds like you might have some trouble here. Perhaps of a domestic nature? Not at all. I'm sorry, Zong. He doesn't know what he's doing. I can see that. Come on, Bryce. Let's go. You're done? I think I've seen what I need to. Alright. Wow. Huh. That's rough. I cried so much that day. I'm sorry to hear that. Not that it matters much anymore. It's all in the past. But Bryce, he's been for me when I needed him then, and he's still there today. Well, except for the part where, in a way, he's responsible for the whole town now. How's he handling it? Pretty well, I'd say. Everyone trusts him and thinks he's doing a great job. Anyway, let's put on some music. Give the old jukebox a little whirl. Sure. Got up and walked over to the jukebox in the corner to look at the selection. Let's see. What kind of music do you like? Actually, not sure if your music is in any way similar to ours. Let's just put on a few different songs and you tell me what you think, alright? Sure. Feel free to pick anything that strikes your fancy. So, let's have a look here. Listen to a bunch of music I think was an achievement too, so I'm not sure what we'd have to do exactly. Oh, it's 12 exactly. I'll head off after this scene for sure. Let's see, let's listen to piano. Ah, something easy. Do you know what a piano is? You can play the piano? Not really. Not that many can actually. There are many kinds of instruments that can only be played by certain species, you see. Makes sense. Alright, now listen to this. This music's, like, this game's got, like, amazing music overall, honestly. Just listen to it for a little bit. Not sure how long I have to listen to each of the pieces for it to count as listening to all the music. It's more than piano, guys. Spoiler alert. It's more than just piano. Alright, let's try something else. Didn't you like it? It's alright, I just want to try something else. I see. Let's listen to the classical music. Now this one's a real classic. I think it's one of the oldest songs we know about. It's so faint. Huh. Interesting. Does this theme go for much longer? Not too much going on. Alright, stop it. Want to hear something else? Alright. Try rock. Without further ado, here we go. Huh. Huh. It's cool music. It's catchy, isn't it? Oh, hi. Wow. It gets just more and more intense, doesn't it? Interestingly, sounds more like electronic than what you'd expect to hear. Alright. Oh, is it too loud for you? I didn't consider your ears maybe more sensitive than ours. Let's just try something else. This is something a bit more modern. Electronic. Huh. Oh, nice music. Oh my gosh. Wow. No way. What are you doing? Hold on. I need to check my Streamlabs and see if this is real. Am I hallucinating? Kevin, thank you so much for the host. Oh my gosh. This just came out of nowhere. I was going to be heading off soon, but that's alright. I can probably hang out for a little longer then. Hello everyone, welcome. I know this isn't typical of me usually. I'm usually out like playing puzzle games and stuff. But yeah, we're playing something a little different lately. So yeah, alright. If you want to know a bit about this game, it's basically just a bit of a visual novel based around dragons. And basically your ambassador, you got sent here, and basically your partner's going around gone missing, and you have to solve the mystery and date dragons. That is the long and short of it. What do you think? Not an action for based. It makes for a nice background music. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, you're right. Maybe not for the bar though. Maybe. Okay, let's go through this. This one's a bit slow, so you have to wait for a while to get going. Alright. We are currently listening to lots of music because an achievement allows us to, apparently. Huh. Also, let's just double check our statuses. So everything seems okay at the moment. Next chapter, I think. So while we wait for the music to pick up a bit, I guess we can know what's going on with the characters. So Anna seems to be okay until like the 3rd chapter, I think. So we might have to talk to her about it. But I think we'd have to get to a second scene for her to not stay back, right? So that might be inevitable at this point. Bryce, I'm not sure if you just have to be in good terms or if it's through multiple playthroughs that you get better with him. Lorem disappears in 4th chapter, so I'll see if I can talk to him before then in 3rd. Adine and Remy, on the other hand, just have to get in before 5th chapter, I think. So, let's see here. Oh, intense. That's a lot of instruments. Oh, this is really good music now, huh? Right, that'll do. What's your verdict? That was pretty decent. I'll just say all the music's good, because I really don't mind. It's one of my favorites, actually. Huh. Oh, really? Yeah. Soundtrack. Huh. Now, this is something a bit different. It's on the soundtrack of some video game, I think. What is this? I mean, I like game soundtracks. Some of the best, like, some of the music that I listen to most, really. Like, especially during studying and stuff. A lot of the game soundtracks I listen to helps me get in the mood. Alright, well, that'll do. So what do you think about this one? I like it. Really? I didn't think you would. Why is that? Just a guess? We're in a game, we like this music. You listen to a bunch of music, like a true connoisseur. Audiophile. Great. What kind of music do you like anyway? I like a bit of everything, really. You sound like me. I actually collect all kinds of music and paraphernalia, and the jukebox is curated by me. Oh, nice. Sometimes people even donate some stuff they don't need anymore. I'm pretty well known among the patrons for it. Is the stuff on display over there yours too? I'm actually trying to sell those. You're selling your collection? I'm only downsizing. That's just a player and a few old records I'm trying to sell for my holiday fund. Oh, where are you going? It's gonna be a family holiday, just my son and myself. Mainly for my son though. We're planning to travel across the whole country, making stops in various cities along the way. I've been planning it for a while now and trying to save up to make it happen. We could never really afford a vacation while his mother was still around, so... What happened to her? I wish I knew. We fought a lot back then, about all kinds of things. And I think back to that time now, it seems like that was all we did. Argue about petty things that people don't need to argue about. So he's been having a lot of rough family issues, huh? Of course it's easy to say that after the fact than when it's already too late. I never would have thought it was bad enough to warrant doing what she did though. What did she do? One day, she was just gone. Packed up her things and left in the dead of night. I don't know where she went or what became of her. In the end, I think she just wasn't ready to be a mother. This was almost 4 years ago now. But yeah, That's why I think we needed that holiday, or we need that holiday. Spend some quality time together. It's also why I took that second job in the grocery store. He's going to turn 9 in a few months, and I want to surprise him with an event. He saw this movie where a family goes on vacation across the country and all kinds of crazy hijinks happen along the way. He loved it so much and asked me all the time when we were going on a vacation like that. That's cute. I just want to give that to him. I think he needs it. He said his birthday is in a few months. Will you be able to afford it? We're more than halfway there already. With the second job, it really shouldn't be a problem. I'd just like to have more of a buffer, because this holiday will have all the bells and whistles you can imagine. I see. How about I buy some of these records? Really? You said they're for sale, right? Yes, but I'll just put down as expenses in regards to my visit here, so it'll be all taken off. Gosh, I can't talk. It'll be all taken care of. You would do that? Maybe, after you played me some of that music. I just can't resist and need those records for myself. Actually, I'll need the player too, because I doubt those are going to work with our own players back home. Besides, I could really use a souvenir. Thank you so much. Let me just get that for you. Here you go. I mean, why would we give it back? Let's just have a look. And see what would happen if we try to give it back. You know what? Why don't you keep it? What do you mean? Oh, what if I wanted to donate this back to the collection? Oh no, that'd be too much. It's yours. Please, take it. Alright. And then we have a look at the other option. Let's have a look here. Keep it. Thanks, I'll take good care of it. Oh, no, press that. I'm sure of that. So I suppose you're back in the game now, huh? Oh, we didn't finish the other thing. Something about how like they weren't important enough to be in the collection anyway, so it shouldn't be a big thing. Game? What game? I mean, dating. What makes you think so? Oh, what's all this? Why do you ask me out? You seem like a nice person. I wanted to know what you're like. Do you kiss the hand of every nice person you meet? I guess you got me there. Suppose that makes my intentions rather obvious, even though I know it won't last. Besides, I'm not sure if I'd call it a game. That's something that Bryce would do. I'd prefer to take things slow and have a lasting relationship. I think both can be fun, right? Whatever works for you. Why do you ask me out if you know it's not gonna last though? Bryce told me about you, you know, made me realize I've got to get out there again. So the first thing you do is ask out the strange visitor from an exotic place. Be honest, did you just ask me out because I'm human? Not only. I figured you could tell me more about how humans date and give me some advice. I'm not sure if my experience would be worth anything here. You're bound to have a different perspective of everything that goes on here. Maybe you pick up on things we haven't considered. I just want to hear your opinion. It's not just about dating, you know. Well, let's talk about dating if you're interested in that. I doubt I'll be able to have a frank discussion about this with just anyone I meet here. Alright, I think by now you've got a taste about how Bryce is with these kind of things. He likes messing around. Seems like he's got someone new every couple of months. You should see him on some nights and how people just swarm around him. Can't blame him for that though. He's a popular guy. Do you envy him? No, I don't want what he has, but I'm finding it hard to find just one prospective partner. You'd think I'd pick up on these things while working, but that is typically not long-term relationships that are formed here. I see. I don't exactly have that much free time to put myself out there. I'm also not getting younger, and don't forget that I already have a child to take care of. It doesn't make things easier, you know. In a way, you're not just dating the person, you're also dating the kid, if you know what I mean. Now that just sounds wrong. Oh, shush. It can make things rather difficult, that's all. Alright, maybe we'll have to work on your approach. What's the first thing you notice about a person? Their personality. Really? I meet so many people here every day. When they're customers, the thing that always stands out about them most is how they treat their servers. I see. Besides, I'm not interested in relationships based on looks. I like talking to people and getting to know them that way. It's good. It also makes the whole thing harder for me because I have to invest a lot more time to find out if we're compatible. You know, if a relationship doesn't work out for Bryce, he can just find someone else the next day. But for me, this process can take a few months. I can imagine. I don't think there's a recipe for success I can give you though. Why not? You seem to be doing pretty well already. You're nice and polite. I don't think you need to do anything different. Is that what you think? Yeah, sure, it may take a while to find someone, but I don't think there are any shortcuts for what you're trying to do. Just keep going, and it will happen eventually. Besides, you've got some time to figure things out for yourself with your vacation coming up, right? That's true. It will be an eye-opening experience in a number of ways. Maybe the relationship front is going to be one of them. Now that's the right attitude. And on that note, maybe we should call it a night. It's pretty late. It is. It is 12. Past 12. Yeah, you're right. Well, thank you for the wonderful evening. Likewise. Not to mention the advice and for buying my stuff. You're welcome. Be safe, take care, and maybe I'll see you some other time. Maybe. Yeah, he's very cool guy, Zong. He's very nice. I like him. Leadership. Bryce specific tarot card. Interesting. Seems like each character has their own like specific card. For the chapters, like Passion was for Anna. There was also Pride for what's his face, Damien. Huh? Wait. Oh, so now we automatically have Anna not killed? Oh, that's good. Or is that just after 3 playthroughs? I can't. No, it would have to be after the event. So this is a permanent change, I guess. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm fine. Just get so Bryce nodded. That's your decision to be. I'll have you back either way. Oh, that's not nice. So that's a new dialogue, I guess, right? Right. Thanks, Bryce. Looks like you've seen this before. Skip to the scene selection. Yeah, sure. And then we'll save. I just want to get to the next scene selection before we end off. What should I do? I'm guessing the store visit will be a little different. But anyway, we should head off now because it is a good time to. Alright. Chapter 3. Looking good. Alright, so today we went through Anna's good ending, interestingly enough. How do you get a bad ending? No clue, honestly. Alright, well, we'll figure that out eventually. And that'll be about it for today. Looks like we're doing alright with Bryce now. So next time, tomorrow probably, we'll try to get on a bit deeper with Bryce. I'm not sure. We'll start tackling Adine if we get the time to as well. We should be able to do that, and then that will cover basically everyone's individual like storylines and paths, really, with like getting all their backstory. That covers that, and then from there it's how do you get the good endings or whatever bad endings we're missing if we end up getting some, and where do we go from there. Like, there's the achievements to get, of course, and we'd have to figure out how to get those too. We found quite a lot already though, but some of them are just like, I don't know how to get, like, get Adine to remove her head killed, probably just be meet with her and ask her to do so. The bloody bandage, not sure. With Emra, don't know how to meet with her either. Acquire a map. Find a mysterious base. Might be from opening the hatch. Prank on Bryce. Not sure if we have to meet with Sebastian or what for that. Or maybe the store clerk. Who knows? Maybe he wants to do a prank. But yeah. Aside from that, that's pretty much all we need to do a thing. Utterly pointless achievement. What is this? No idea. Oh. Fast forward. Skip ahead 10 times. Skip ahead, so that would just be like full skip rather than just like using the skip thing here, like fast forward thing here. Oh, is skip just literally like you can skip this bit or what? I don't know. Hold on a second. So we'll just try again just in case. Wait, does skip actually just skip this bit? No, okay, I was gonna say. Alright, well, that'll do. Alright, so as always, thank you. Oh, hey! So the extra characters just appear here, like they don't have any like big, obviously they're not the features of the ending, but just getting to know them, like just meeting them is enough to like get them here. Like just spending time with each and every person kind of unlocks, you know, a bit about them and their backstory, and perhaps potentially find out more about other characters as a result. So that's good. We're making good progress then. Alright, nice. So yeah, now we know that's a thing. Gonna have to meet with some of the other characters, such as who did we run into today? Well, the college person, and whoever else I mentioned earlier as well. There's Emerald we might need to talk to more as well. And then of course the other guy, the ice cream guy. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you can catch the stream tomorrow. Be excited to meet you there. That's about it. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day or night. Love you guys as always, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.